Hello everyone, this is KDW Creative One. My name is Kimberly, and I'm coming to you today with some Hanukkah cards. My daughter took some of my Christmas cards to school, and she showed them to her teacher, and her teacher said, "Can you make Hanukkah cards?" And so I looked at some of the videos that Anastasia made, her 8 crazy nights of Hanukkah, and I decided I'd try to give it a try. They're kind of scrapbook-ish Hanukkah cards. They're not your. I looked up some Hanukkah cards to get some ideas, particularly for the color scheme and everything. And so here's my attempt at some Hanukkah cards with a little bit of bling thrown in. So here is my first card. Actually, this was one of the last ones I made, but I thought it could go either way. It could be for either gender. If she doesn't really want the bling on it, she could take it off. It isn't permanent. So here's one card. And here's another card. With this card, I found some really nice ribbon at Michael's. It was the only thing really I found at Michael's. They didn't have any paper for Hanukkah except for wrapping paper. So I got the Happy Hanukkah ribbon. And I also got the paper that's in the background from AC Moore. They did have some Hanukkah paper, so I got a piece there. And you see the Spellbinders die on the top, which is what has the Star of David in it. And I used a little bit of a present embossing folder from Sizzix in the background, just to emboss it a little bit. And here's my second card. My third card is a little bit girly. Here is a picture of the dreidel, the little toy that the children play with. And my kids have been like fanatic over Hanukkah for some time. They've gone to a school where there are Jewish kids, even though they aren't Jewish, but they love celebrating Hanukkah. So here is a Happy Hanukkah card with a Star of David and a dreidel, and a little bit of I think that's Webster Page's trim in the middle. Now here is a really blinged out Hanukkah card. I don't know if people bling out Hanukkah cards like we bling out Christmas cards, but this one I did. I put some of the Guyper ribbon at the bottom. I also put a little flower. I think it's some of the Prima flowers layered with a little gem in it. I put the Happy Hanukkah ribbon on it. Oh, I love that ribbon because it was great. I could use it for all of them without having to stamp a cinnamon. And I couldn't find stamps for the cinnamon, sadly. So next year, my hope is to get some Hanukkah or Jewish stamps so that I can use them to make some cards. And so here is the blinged out Hanukkah card. I use some little regular stickers too. The little silver stickers you'll see are little just regular silver stars that I want to use around it to give it a little extra look to it. Here's another one of my Hanukkah cards. I used a dreidel, a couple of Stars of David on this one. I used some bling on it. I used some of that same trim. And I use all of it, as you see, are in tones of blue because that's a very significant color for Hanukkah and many Jewish celebrations. And here is my last of my large cards. I cut that dreidel, the menorah, which is the candelabra that's lit during the holiday. I cut that out with my Cricut. And so I took one of the candles, the one in the middle, which usually sticks out and is different. And so I made it, I used a little bit of some paper, the linen stack that I got from Die Cuts with a View to make a little elegant candle in the middle. And the rest of it is just like the card I cut a A2 size card, but then I put it on top of the 5x7 card, and then I put a little bit of the lace punch on the side, and then I put the Happy Hanukkah ribbon at the bottom. And so these are my cards that I made. Most of them have some kind of little inside that the person can write on. My daughter's teacher can write on or make put a little greeting. And so this is what I made. I also made some smaller ones, and so I want to show you those. They are already in envelopes, so I'm not going to take them out of the envelopes, but you can see them anyway. So this is one. I use this with the negatives part of the Star of David cut from Cricut cartridge. That's one. Here's another one. I also sprayed the back of this with some glimmer mist. I forget the color of it, but it was like a light blue, and so I sprayed. Actually, I cut out I used the star as a template, and I cut out another star that I put in the back of the one that I sprayed. And this is kind of simple and plain. It could make a really nice masculine card, or one for a little boy. Here's another one. I wanted to make this one a little girlier, so I did a couple with doilies in the background. Here's another one. Sorry, I'm catching a cold again. I had it for a little while, and now it seems like it's coming back, so I hope it will go away very soon. So here is my next one. It's really nice, clean. I also use some of the Tim Holtz, I forget it's called Ice Spruce, from his specialty collection his winter seasonal pack around the edges of the photo mat. And then I cut out a blue star for that one. Here is another card that's white with some blue on top of it. Here's another dreidel. Not dreidel. Here's another Menorah card. As you see, that ribbon is everywhere, and it came into hand. It was very, very handy to have. I like this one even more because it has both the Star of David and the dreidel, and I like the strong blue colors because blue is one of my favorite colors anyway, and it was just a joy to do this. The sad part was there wasn't much, just like Anastasia implied. There isn't much for Hanukkah in the craft stores, and that's sad. I hope they do get more, or at least make it available online or something so that there'd be more choices. And this is one that I cut out the Happy Hanukkah with my Cricut. As you notice, they spell it some either way, but my daughter didn't like the Hanukkah because she was like, it doesn't have a C. And I'm like, sweetie, you got to learn that people don't spell it the way you want them to spell it. So sometimes we spell it as Hanukkah, and I think that in the Jewish faith they spell it with a C. And that's okay. That's great, actually. So here's my last one. I put a little bit of glitter in the inside of this one. She might give it to a kid or something. And I put, it does have a black background, but hopefully there's not as much of the black. And you see the Star of David paper in the background. That was the opposite side of this paper that had the stripes on it. So I just wanted to share these with you, and thanks so much, Anastasia, for actually inspiring me to do these cards, because without you, if I wouldn't have had the ideas as much, and they're fairly simple, but it was so refreshing to not be overwhelmed with too many things to be able to do, and having to make those decisions of what to do and what not to do. So I really enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed seeing these cards. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. And have a happy Hanukkah if you celebrate it. Bye-bye.